The subject of madmen versus mathmen sort of suggests that it's one or the other or an either or. And to my mind, it's really not about madmen versus mathmen, it's more about the and in the new world. And the way I'd look at it, it is really about the smart men or the women for that matter. And this is really about powering, using the power of the creative. And in the new world, being able to use the intelligence which now analytics and maths provides. And the smarter that people are in combining the two forces, I think is really what would lead to success. We articulated this a couple of years ago in Unilever as combining the magic and the logic. And if you have a lame creative, no matter of how much analytics you do, it's going to fail, right? Versus having a good creative and making it even better, you know, by putting it in the right places and making sure that it's targeted appropriately and delivers even greater results.
More and more, we're all looking for certainty in an uncertain world. And the two places to find certainty, one, follow the money, or two, follow the consumer. And I think most of the people in the room here are trying to follow that consumer. And if people feel as though most of us in the room, it's probably as tiring as it's ever been, given the number of moving parts and partnerships. So the place that we start is looking at the consumer. And as simple as that may sound, they're moving faster than us right now, and that's the reality. So what we're trying to do is from understanding them up front to optimizing, to finding different ways to partner with folks up here, to really, someone mentioned before, to really drive that engagement. You cannot do things in today's world by doing it up front, setting it off, and then trying to connect the parts downstream. You have to figure out how you sequence, you have to figure out how you do things in real time, and ultimately that's being a big challenge for us as an agency. We're seeing models not bending, not changing slowly, but breaking. Technology more than ever with the startups, they're really coming in and disrupting. So those that can put all the pieces together and understand the consumer journey and how to hit them with engagement all the way through that path, they're going to be the ones that win. And I think it's just a restlessness to get after it because it's changing so quickly.
As a publisher, I think we really come to this conversation with two hats. One is that we provide the canvas on which the creative sits. The other hat is that we provide the technology that yields the data from that canvas. Wholeheartedly, we believe that the value of creative is just as much, if not more so, as important as it always has been. Why? Well, the reason is simple. I mean, data provides insights, and insight-driven creative is more relevant, more resonant, more efficient, more effective, and more valuable. The IDC has suggested recently that 90% of all the data in the world at the moment was generated in the last 2 years. We now have the ability to target right person with the right message at the right time. It's a phenomenal opportunity.
Increasingly, what we're seeing with our clients is a demand and a mandate for getting data faster, meaning I want to be able to process and receive insights on a real-time basis rather than on an every other day lag or an everyday lag, right? They're seeing the need for quicker decision making. So I want to be able to serve the right message to the right consumer at the right time, but I want to be able to do that across hundreds of thousands of sites and know exactly what price I need to pay for that, right? And then most importantly, when you start thinking about the frequency of data updates and the optimization, what you find is that there's no way that a human can execute on that very well, right? And so the underlying component of all of this is really a framework of technology and automation that is required to drive this. Fundamentally, you know, we absolutely do view that we should automate everything, and that, you know, the world should be the strategy and the business decisions on top of that automation are really what is key to the brand marketers out there.